We are joined now by, we're just talking all about Alaska because I want to make a trip up there. Buck's been, he caught a lot of salmon, grizzly bears everywhere. Senator Dan Sullivan with us right now. We've been talking about trying to help you get a majority in the Senate and the impact that that could have. As you are looking here, we sit on Wednesday getting ready for Trump's speech tomorrow. How optimistic are you about Republicans being able to take back control of the Senate? And if it happens, how much better does that make your job?
Oh my gosh, so much better. I mean, let me just begin. As it relates to Alaska, the Trump administration, President Trump, was fantastic for our state in terms of resource development, access to our lands, oil and gas development, mining, which matters to Alaska, matters to America. Biden came in and has reversed all that. So huge for my state, but you saw last night some really great candidates, right? Senate candidates. We have some of the best candidates we've fielded in many years, and it'll be close, but I think we got a great opportunity. Take back the Senate, get President Trump in the White House, keep the House, and in the Senate, boot and Chuck Schumer as majority leader. You want to talk about important for American Alaska? That's huge.
One thing that I think hasn't gotten enough attention is the amount of damage in the judiciary that is being done by the Biden administration.
Agree.
The number of radical left and truly radical left-wing judges, not people that anybody could ever say are mainstream, that have been put on the federal bench. That is daunting when you look at the numbers. Also, the very prominent DEI push that they're open about. They say we're putting people for diversity and equity inclusion reasons on the federal judiciary. I mean, given what we've seen with the weaponization, the lawfare of the within the judiciary against Trump, I just feel like everyone should understand that's a big part of the stakes here too, and the Senate obviously plays a critical role in that.
Yeah, Buck, it's huge. And you know, in the Senate, we like to say, of course, we are focused on legislation, but we're also in the personnel business. To your point. You know, we're the insurance policy for America. We, of course, want President Trump to win, but God forbid Biden wins. We can stop radical
judges from going through,
cabinet officials,
members,
and judges. And you're so right about, and it's not getting any press, the amount of far left, really radical judges.
And Trump-hating judges, by the way, are
100%.
I'm sure in the mix there, and that's not an accident.
And remember, they have life tenure. Right? And, you know, when President Trump was in the White House and we had the control of the Senate, we did a great job on judges, 3 Supreme Court justices. You saw that Chevron decision last week, 54 Court of Appeals judges, but Biden is trying to make up, and it's a really big issue.
By the way, you are playing hurt here. You're doing so much work to try to get Trump elected. For people who can hear it in your voice, you've been talking like crazy. So I want to give you an opportunity here. Last question.
Sure.
Well, first of all, I need to get your contact because my wife is adamant that we come to Alaska. We were talking about off the air. We've got a big listenership up there. I've never been. Buck has been.
Carrie's
Buck
never
says,
been.
All right.
I want to do a couple of
Clay
shows
Buck,
in Alaska.
Let's do some shows in Alaska.
We need to do shows in
It would
Alaska.
be
So that's
awesome.
the start. But
people love you up there.
we love them too, and I want to come see them in person. Okay, so J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
You're a Marine.
Yeah.
Never had a Marine on a ticket like this before.
Never.
You just had, you said 30 years, I believe.
I
J.D.
did.
came to your ceremony.
My retirement
Your
ceremony.
retirement ceremony.
Yeah, out of the Marine Corps.
What does it mean for you to see a fellow Marine on the ticket? What can you tell people who don't know him and are still learning about him, about J.D. Vance and what he brings to the ticket with Donald Trump?
So what it brings to me is, first, I love it, right? You know, I love all our service members. As a Marine, we feel we're kind of a special group, dedicated to the ethos of Semper Fidelis, always faithful. That's not just a saying, that's a true way to live your life, not just in the military, but throughout your life. He did that, deployed to Iraq. You know, less than 1% of Americans volunteer to serve in the military. And it also means someone who's going to be very focused on a strong military. You look at our platform, the Republican Party platform, it's all about peace through strength. Peace through strength. That's critical. And how much JD cares about veterans, which is a really important, element of American society. These are all things that are, I think, going to make him a really strong vice presidential pick. But never had a Marine as vice president, never had a Marine as president. So it's about time, America.
Seems like it is indeed. Today's National Security Day here at the
It
RNC. Top national security challenge, concern that you see?
Well, look, one of the biggest differences between Republicans and Democrats, like I said, we are the peace through strength party. That goes back to Teddy Roosevelt, Reagan, of course, Trump administration after Obama cut defense spending by 25% his second term, gutted readiness. So it's not just the record, but particularly in certain areas of the world, think the Middle East. President Trump comes in, crushes ISIS, reestablishes deterrence against the terrorist regime in Iran, kills Soleimani, the biggest terrorist that the Iranians have, institutes the maximum pressure campaign in terms of oil and gas, and launches a peace initiative, the Abraham Accords. Biden comes in, cuts our military, unleashes weakness in the Middle East, is in chaos right now. Iran is on the march. And I'll give you one stat that's really important. With the sanctions that Trump put on, end of the Trump administration, Iran had about $4 billion in foreign reserves. That's not a lot. Biden comes in, lifts those sanctions. Iran now has about $80 billion in foreign reserves. Guess what they're doing with that? Funding Hezbollah, funding Hamas, funding the Houthis, and unleashing chaos. It's such a stark contrast between both of these presidents, and this is where the American people need to support President Trump.
Senator, we're going to come up. We appreciate all of you listening right now in Alaska. I cannot wait to visit. Buck, you've been. You want to do it again.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Good. We're going to do, you guys do some shows in Alaska. People will love it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you for the time. Thank you for playing hurt. Save that voice up. We need a lot of help. Everybody does to make sure that you have the majority all over the United States Senate.
Really important. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Look, when you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk, like so many fellow listeners have, you'll be saving $50 or $60 a month or more. $20 a month, unlimited talk, text, plenty of data. My son, oldest, is away right now at camp, and we are making sure that we stay in touch with him through his Pure Talk cell phone. I use Pure Talk to stay in touch with my family. I encourage you to save some money and also use Pure Talk to stay in touch with your family. All you have to do right now, Pure Talk will create American jobs, support our veterans, 100% of the customer service team based here in the good old USA. Plus, no contracts, 30-day money-back guarantee, nothing to lose. Keep your phone number when you do make the switch. Dial pound 250, say Clay and Buck, and you'll save 50% off your first month. Again, dial pound 250, say Clay and Buck, and start saving now on your cell phone plan.